everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel, and today I'm going to be giving my match predictions for week 36 Premier League fixtures part 2. This is because we know we have some midweek games. Some of them got postponed, some of them got cancelled midway through the season, so now we're having them right now. And I'm telling you, look at these fixtures, they are looking juicy. We got so many matches which are going to decide not only the relegation fight, not even the top 4 battle, but even the Premier League title race. So let's see what happens. We got Tottenham versus Arsenal, a North London derby, and the stakes have never been higher, man. We got both teams gunning for the top 4 this season in terms of Champions League football. So let's see if Arsenal can solidify their spot this season by beating Spurs. We also got Aston Villa versus Liverpool. This is very ironic because Steven Gerrard, a Liverpool legend as the manager of Aston Villa, has the opportunity to end Liverpool's title prospects this season. And we also got other good games like Watford versus Everton. However, before going to this video, give my predictions, you know what I'm going to say. Make sure you guys like, comment, and hit that big subscribe button right there, because only 10% of you guys are actually subscribed. And please hit the subscribe button and help my channel grow. So the first game I'm going to be predicting, it has to be this. It's the box office attraction. It's the game filled with so much significance. It is Spurs versus Arsenal in the North London derby. And just like I said, the Arsenal fans would absolutely cherish this, absolutely love it if they go to Tottenham Stadium and actually secure top 4 position in terms of Champions League football next season in this game. And Arsenal, the Arsenal fans should be filled with optimism, even the players, because they've been playing well the last 4 games, winning all 4 of them against respectable oppositions like Manchester United, Chelsea and West Ham. Arsenal have been flying, they've been on a roll, they've been filled with so much confidence. So let's see if they'll be able to build momentum against Spurs and actually beat them. Bit part players like Nketiah and Elneny have really been stepping up, but let's see if they'll be able to continue their fighting form in this game against Spurs. And this game is not going to be easy. I can talk about tactics, I can talk about tinkering in terms of the managers, in terms of the play style and the philosophy, but I just feel like this game is going to be so significant. It's just going to be down to the occasion. Will Arsenal be able to deal with this? This is because the environment at Spurs Stadium is going to be toxic, going to be hostile, and it's actually going to be interesting to see how the Arsenal players will actually deal with this. This is because obviously they're still a young, inexperienced squad with players like Saka, Martinelli, pretty much learning on the job, never really been in the starting 11 that much until the last few seasons or so, and never really knew what it would like to compete for a top 4 race. So let's see if they have the mantle, they have the know-how, and they have the knowledge how to see games through, especially in a toxic atmosphere where Spurs is going to be playing with urgency. The crowds are going to be cheering them on, making sure they're not complacent, because this game is do or die for the opposition Spurs right now. And the reason why I feel like Arsenal will not get the win, despite their fine form, it's just because of their inexperience. Yes, they have experience players like Xhaka, Elneny, but at the end of the day, man, it just feels like the Arsenal players will not know what to do when they're put in a position when it's like a 1-1 draw. Should they stick or should they twist? Should they go for the win or should they settle for the draw? And I feel like, you know what is in human nature, when you see danger, you retreat, you be conservative, and this is what I think Arsenal will do under Mikel Arteta, and play some conservative counter-attacking football if needs to be, because they know if they go end-to-end with Tottenham, there's a higher chance that players like Son and Kane can really take advantage of this and show their world-class nature like they've been doing all season and scoring important goals. So I feel like Arteta and Arsenal will be tense. I feel like they'll be reserved. I feel like they'll make sure they're compact and resolute in the terms of the back 4. I feel like the mindset of Spurs was much more simple, and I prefer it because Spurs know they must win the game, obviously, because they're 4 points behind Arsenal. A draw will not do. So even if it's at the 70th, 80th minute, they're not going to be thinking, should we settle for a draw? And that's going to put even more pressure on Arsenal, because that's going to be their mentality. So that's why I prefer Spurs going in this game, especially at home, when they know that it's simple. They just have to be aggressive, they have to be sharp, they have to attack with speed, intensity, and they must go for the win, and there's no point in playing counter-attacking football. However, at the end of the day, I don't think Spurs will win either. I just feel like they've been too inconsistent recently. And I know obviously they got a pivotal draw away from home, but at the end of the day, they're playing counter-attacking football and it suited them. Tottenham are counter-attacking team who plays like Son and Kane, delivering the sucker punch in the final third. And we know Arsenal are not going to open up fully to allow Spurs to express themselves in that department. Also, I feel like players like Elneny will have a massive job man-marking Kane, because I feel like he's the source. He's the player who creates the opportunities and the chances for Spurs in the final third. Spurs will not be able to create that many chances to win the game. So going this game, I feel like it's going to be a cagey affair. Arsenal going to be wasting time. They'll be nervous, but I think they'll be able to secure a 1-1 draw away from home. And Arsenal fans will be happy. And if he gave them that result right now, they would take it. A loss will be devastating, especially giving Spurs the psychological edge going into the last 2 games or so. So the next game I'm going to be predicting is Wolves versus Manchester City, and we know this game has so much up for stake. Manchester City making sure that they can chase the title race this season, going back to back in terms of Premier Leagues, and we've got Wolves, although having an outside chance in terms of Europe, will still be wanting to build momentum and actually get some results and potentially have a chance to qualify for the Conference League this season. And going in this game, Manchester City must feel relieved. The pressure must feel off them because they were able to dismantle Newcastle in great fashion, destroying them 5-0 at home. Players like Kevin De Bruyne had an extraordinary game, the way he was able to pick up the ball in different pockets, the way he was able to create opportunities and chances with his great crossing, with his great passing. He really set the tone for Manchester City throughout the whole game. And other players like Sterling, Foden, who came off the bench, even other players like Rodri really fed off this and were able to score enough goals to pretty much make goal difference not really a factor in terms of the Premier League title race, because we know if Liverpool won their next game and Manchester City only won by 3 or 2 goals, Liverpool would have the goal difference in terms of the Premier League race this season. So that 5-0 win, although right now doesn't feel that important, maybe when week 38 comes, goal difference is going to play a massive factor. But going this game against Wolves, we know it's going to be very difficult for Manchester City away from home. We know Wolves have the 4th best defence in the Premier League, not conceding that many goals. Their 3 at the back system has really paid dividends, with Sarr at the goalkeeping position being one of the best signings all season, a bargain pretty much. Cody also at the back, Martial in defence, returning back to his best. So I feel like Wolves are going to be very hard to break down. And I know Manchester City done it with flying colours against Newcastle, and they're very good against the low block. But we know, like I just said, Wolves are very good defensively and their system has been extraordinary so far. In the last game these two sides played, Manchester City were only able to beat Wolves by 1 goal at the Etihad, and they needed a red card from Wolves by Jimenez. So honestly, Manchester City know it's not going to be an easy game. In fact, it's going to be very tough and difficult for them to break them down. However, Manchester City, we know, have their full focus, their full attention on the Premier League title race. So there's no excuse for them not to win this game because they have other distractions. They're going to be playing their strongest squad possible. So there's no excuses of rotating certain players. And they're just going to be laser focused in this game. So how can I not predict a Manchester City win? We know Wolves all season have been struggling to score goals. So I feel like on the counter-attack, they won't be able to take advantage of Manchester City's high line. So Manchester City will not have to be worried about the miss of Diaz because we know he got injured in his last game against Newcastle. So I feel like that will not be a massive factor in this game. And Manchester City, like we just saw against Newcastle, and I said in my last video, they know how to score different types of goals. Set pieces, again, they're one of the top goal scorers in the league when it comes to this. Rodri scored another header. Other players like Foden get on the act. Grealish had a decent game as well. So they have different types of goal scorers, different players who can create opportunities. And I just feel like they're going to suffocate Wolves, pin them back in their own half. And we know over 90 minutes, it's pretty much impossible for any team to keep Manchester City at bay in terms of not scoring any goals. So going in this game, I'm not going to be predicting a complete thrashing by Manchester City, but I feel like they'll be able to get the job done. And I'm going to go for a 2-0 victory for the away side Manchester City. So the next game I'm going to be predicting is Aston Villa versus Liverpool. And like I said in my introduction, it is so ironic that Steven Gerrard has the opportunity and the chance to end Liverpool's Premier League title prospects by beating them at Villa Park in this game. Steven Gerrard, please do us a favour in this game and let us win. But anyway, going in this game, Liverpool do know that it's not going to be an easy task beating Aston Villa. Aston Villa have won their last 2 games against Burnley and Norwich, so they're coming in this game filled with confidence, filled with optimism, and we know Villa Park is a daunting atmosphere going to that stadium. So Aston Villa may be thinking, maybe we can pull off an upset. We've beaten some other teams like Manchester United here, Manchester City, they played them tough and only lost 2-1. So Aston Villa maybe they could pull off an upset and end Liverpool's title prospects. However, at the end of the day, I just feel like Liverpool are mentality monsters, a phrase Jurgen Klopp loves using when it comes to this team, and I feel like they'll be able to bounce back. We know Liverpool want to bounce back due to the recent draw to Tottenham, which gave themselves ground in terms of the Premier League title race against Manchester City. I feel like players like Jota will be able to start because we know he hasn't been in great form recently, and Liverpool have a cup final on Saturday against Chelsea, so I feel like Jurgen Klopp will rotate his squad, will give other players a chance, and we know Jota hasn't been in great form, so he has a point to prove in this game. Firmino returning back from injury, so let's see if Klopp starts him as well. But I just feel like Liverpool have to win this game, and I think when they have their focus right, when they have the mentality right, it's a surefire bet them going to win this game. Although, like I said, Aston Villa have won their last 2 games. Look at the oppositions they've been facing, teams in and around the relegation zone, teams like Burnley, teams like Norwich. Come on, you should be beating them, and we know there's a massive jump, a gigantic jump between teams like them and Liverpool FC, who have pretty much not lost the game in the last 25, 27 fixtures or so. They've been a world-class talent, players like Thiago, fine form, great players, great energy, great tenacity when it comes to their pressing, and I feel like Aston Villa will not be able to cope and deal with this, especially when you have players like Mings, who always gives you a chance at that centre-back position because we know he's flawed and loves to make mistakes. So going in this game, it's not going to be easy. Like I said, I feel like players like Chambers and McGinn will try to set the tone in terms of tackling, be on the front foot in terms of their aggressiveness when it comes to challenges in the midfield battle. Players like Thiago making sure he stops playing his style of football. But at the end of the day, Liverpool have too many different ways of scoring goals, so I feel like they're going to be able to win this game, and Trent Alexander-Arnold will look to bounce back after his mediocre performance against Spurs with the way he was not being able to cross properly. So I'm going to be predicting a 2-0 victory for the away side Liverpool FC. So the next game I'm going to be predicting is Leeds versus Chelsea. I know what Chelsea fans will be thinking, hey, we've pretty much secured our place for Champions League football next season because we are third at the moment. But the way they've been playing recently, their form, only winning 1 in their last 5 games, when we know that Spurs and Arsenal have been getting positive results lately, Chelsea fans may have to feel a little bit nervous. Yes, very unlikely that they'll choke away this top 4 battle because we know Spurs and Arsenal still have to play each other, so they'll take points off each other. But at the end of the day, still, Chelsea need to at least get 1 win to make sure they can feel relieved and rest assured that they will be playing in Europe's elite competition next season. Also, no brainer, we know Leeds need to beat Chelsea this game because they have finally faced reality in the relegation fight this season. 18th in the relegation zone, so they need to win. A draw won't be good enough. Everton have been winning. Burnley have been getting some positive results, except for the game against Aston Villa. But apart from that, Leeds must be thinking we do not want to get relegated, so we must be in the front foot and beat Chelsea. And Leeds' form lately hasn't been great. They haven't been able to win or accumulate that many results under Jesse Marsch of recent. But at the end of the day, I feel like there is one positive to take away from that game against Arsenal. Although in the first half they got played off the park by players like Odegaard and Saka, the way they were able to fight back, claw back in the game and get that 1 goal against Arsenal at the Emirates Stadium with a red card, a man down, that shows the character and the mentality they have in the squad to never give up. They are versing the Chelsea side, who we know at the moment who have not been in good